everybody. We've got Sevendust, and we've got the song Praise. Okay, so when the Six of Wands comes out in the song, which is like the fourth card, it says Badass Success. Really listen to the music, because I swear it's saying Badass Success. It's absolutely awesome. Okay, so in Astro, we've got Fools. Okay, the reason it says Fools and Badass Success on the shorts is because the Fools are going down, and there was a lot of jealousy and a lot of hate being portrayed to us on the higher timelines because they're jealous and they hate us. Okay? Some of you may even be watching that have a lot of jealousy and hate, and that is such a low vibration. It's just too low to affect us. So that's why you're fools. You're fools because you think that you can touch something that you can't. Now, an example that they gave me was, I don't want to take this too derogatory for anybody that's in these professions, but it's like a janitor at a big building, and the presidential CEO on the top floor with all of his security and with all of his privateness. The janitor can only come in when he is allowed to come in. He's not allowed to come in just at any time, right? Because that's too high up there. Well, that's what's going on here. We've got a bunch of janitors running around thinking that they can mess with somebody on the top, and they're jealous and they're hateful. Now, instead of that person or that janitor trying to go to a higher level and become something better, they just sit in the rage and they sit in the jealousy and they sit in the hate. Now, with that going on, that's what's going on in the astral plane too. Instead of you all trying to get to a higher timeline and maybe getting on your knees before you go to bed and asking your angels and your guides to help you, you just spew in this hatred and this jealousy mode. So I want you to look up the lyrics for the shorts. It's called Sevendust is the group. And again, it's one of them groups that not many people have heard of. I wouldn't have heard of them either, but somebody gave me the CD and I really like it. And the song is called Praise, and it's off of the Animosity album from 2001. Okay, so Animosity, Animosity. I know I'm saying it wrong. Animosity. Animosity. I have a hard time with these words. So, what does animosity mean? I believe it means hidden. But you can Google it. You can see what it says. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but it's off of their 2001 album. And I told you I wasn't doing a lot of listening to the newer bands, so when they came out, I never heard of Sevendust until somebody gave me the CD. Okay, so back to Astro. So all they're trying to tell you is that you really need to either ramp up or get out. Okay? It's that Six of Wands energy that was an energy coming out really strong of badass success, leadership, Your accomplishments are being seen. You're inspiring others, and there is victory. And that's why there's so much animosity, and there's so much hatred. And I'm hearing the A-Team guy, Mr. T, saying, "I pity the fool." And that's all that's going on, is we're just crushing them. We've got God's wrath and judgment in the shorts. We've got the Two of Wands being courageous and daring. We've got Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, which is the main energy, being creative. Know that you have everything that it takes. You're just going in there and you're doing it, okay? Or you're not. Three of Swords. Or you're sitting in pain. You have heartbreak. You need time to heal. You're working through your shadows. You're hurting, okay? Three of Swords was in there too. So then we end with the Three of Cups, which is friendship, celebration, soul contracts being fulfilled, communication. They want you to get more connected with nature and your higher self and your angels. The angels are protecting you, and in the near future, God's wrath is really coming down. So there won't be any more jealousy and hatred because the janitor's getting fired. He kept trying to break into that floor. He kept trying to mess with the people on that floor. So he's getting replaced. He's getting fired. Okay, and that's God's wrath and that's God's judgment. So we're going to go ahead and see what's under the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is, she's having some Four of Cups energy. The Queen of Pentacles is feeling bored. The Queen of Pentacles energy is feeling like, is this all there is? I'm kind of getting frustrated with these janitors keep trying to break in. So Three of Wands is after that, which is waiting for results. She's understanding her ambitions, he or she, and she's going for it, but she knows that more opportunities are arriving. And the angels again are coming out. This is angels are protecting you. And we've got the Temperance card. And it just says that the angels are among you and everything's divinely timed. So going back to the Four of Cups with the Three of Wands, it's just saying everything's divinely timed. And then we've got the Death card. So yeah, so we're ending a certain phase. We're firing these 3D people, these 3 and 4D people, these janitors, these filled with jealousy and hate vibes are going. New beliefs are coming in, new people are coming in, the Death card. We're balancing it out, the Two of Pentacles. We're balancing it out. We're juggling the obligations. Even if we got to clean our own office, we'd rather clean our own office than have a janitor that's full of hate and jealousy. And you're seeing that I'm saying jealousy and hate a lot. It's because their 7 deadly sins are so out of balance. They're not focused. They're not seeking harmony and love. And then they also wanted me to remind you that you've had gossip with true love and gossip with soulmate this past week. Again, same energy. And then right back to judgment with the Tower, God's wrath, judgment. Yourself realizing that you're being attacked or that you need to get some repellent. You need to get rid of these mosquitoes. You're going through a glorious unveiling. Truth is being revealed everywhere. And God sees all, and He is handing out karma sandwiches. You've went within the hermit energy. You're shielding yourself. You're taking time, making your decisions. You're leaning on the angels, and you are in solitude. Yesterday was about withdrawal. And for those of you that are confused about what I said yesterday, I got a comment wanting me to explain more about this sleeping and what I was saying. It's too hard to explain. See, you're obviously on a lower level, and until you get to a calculus level, you have to stay with adding and subtracting, and it's too hard for me to explain. But when you're sleeping, you're in an astral state that's 5D and higher. When you're awake in a physical avatar, you are more in a 4 and 3D state, but we're multidimensional and we're on all levels at all times. So just by that explanation, you can see that it's pretty hard to explain this stuff. You either know or you don't know. 11:11 on the clock. You either know or you don't know. And I'm not here to teach you that, but in Astro, we have lots of classes that we teach. And I know that you're in some of them. So all I can tell you is keep asking your spirit guides and angels to educate you more. I'm not here to educate, I'm here to explain the energy. They gave me another analogy. They said, if you considered me an energy reader, an astral channeler, / meteorologist. And why am I saying a meteorologist? Because you don't call up the meteorologists on Channel 7 and ask them why it rains. You just listen to them and you say, oh, the meteorologist said it's going to rain today, so I should prepare accordingly. Meaning, whatever you're doing today, if you're having a picnic, if you're driving, if you're gardening, or if you're just staying home, the rain is going to affect each of you differently. So you're one of them that want to go cut your grass today. Probably not, because the meteorologist said it's going to pour out today, right? So the meteorologist is just reading the weather. That's what I do. I channel to you from Astro how you should take on this physical avatar in the energy right now. Okay? So by asking me questions about 5D and higher, about astral travel, about sleeping, any of those questions, that's really not for me to answer. The other thing they told me is that, let's say you have a chef at the Hilton, and then you have a chef at Burger King, okay? Both chefs are chefs. They're both in a restaurant, right? But each one of them have a different recipe and a different way of cooking. The Hilton does not cook like the Burger King, but they're both chefs. Again, I might be on my spaceship, I might be going to Pleiades tonight, and I might be really focused on the 7th dimension, where you're a Sirius person, and you are going to Sirius C tonight, and you're on a different assignment and a different mission, and you're in the 8th dimension tonight. We're both astro traveling, we're both sleeping, we're both out of our body, but we're on different missions. So who am I to tell you anything? See what I'm trying to get at? So we have to keep it where these videos are for you in your physical avatar to know how to function. Just like the meteorologist on the news tells you the weather for your city. Another example, New York's getting slammed by snow, and their meteorologist is telling them to prepare differently than my meteorologist here in Hemet, California, we're having 80-degree weather today. So I'm not going to prepare the same way as the meteorologist is telling them in New York. So I think you're catching my drift now. And I'm sorry if I tell you guys I can't answer your questions on typing in a comment box. I will try to do my hardest and my best to bring it to you as I speak to Astro, which I did last night. And this is what they wanted me to tell you today. Okay, so we're going to continue on, but that was from the Hermit energy, because the person that wrote that comment is in their Hermit energy, and that's wonderful. They're in their Queen of Pentacles. They're in their Queen of Wands energy. That's wonderful. They're on a world mission. Yes, they are. They're ending the old. Most powerful card I can pull from the deck. Also, I listened to Steve's Pisces reading. I listened to all of his readings, but since I'm a Pisces and so is Phlegm, I read about his 2 world cards, one in the beginning of the reading and one at the end. The most powerful card I can pull from the deck just came out, and it came out twice in my special reading that I do with Phlegm. Okay, so we have interconnectedness, we have mystery, and we have fate and divinity all coming at us from all different ways, right? And we may be feeling 3 of Cups, 2 of Wands, right? 2 of Wands, courageous, daring, planning, activation, lots of possibilities, right? And we've got lots of celebration, commitment, soul contracts coming in. Okay, we just got a few more left here. What's in my hand here? I've got Temperance and Angels are in your protection, and those were just glued to my hand. So that whole time, the angels were just talking. The last cards are Courageous. That's my coffee cup. I got my coffee cup today that says Courageous. Courage, declare the truth. We've got 10 of Swords in reverse. So you've already ended the cycle, is what I'm hearing. And you're all 4 queens. You're the Empress energy. That came out yesterday, was the Empress. And then your final outcome is Michael's Ace of Swords. And give it away. Your talent, your time, give it all away. And it says new ideas are coming in. Truth is being revealed. And heightened awareness from St. Michael's Sword of Truth. Okay, and then positive new earth, yes indeed. Ace of Wands, new ideas again. So you saw the theme there with all these new ideas. The only problem is, the only warning here was to get rid of the low vibe people in you and in others, the jealousy, the hate, balance out your 7 deadly sins. Know that you're being protected, that right now we're in a major God's judgment time. So you have to stay on your highest level and know that security's got this. And the other main energy that's coming through is that energy of everybody's on a different assignment. So don't be pointing fingers and saying that the Hilton guy isn't cooking correctly because he's not cooking like the Burger King guy. Wrong. They're both chefs. Let them do their job, but be the best at whatever you do. Be the best. Badass success. 6 of Wands energy. Okay, go to listen to that shorts. Look up the lyrics. That music is what the energy is right now, and it's that God's wrath type of energy. And the music from Seven Dust off of Praise, that is the music. Now in the background I'm hearing the Love Shack, and that's my cat's favorite song, so I'm going to have to let you go, and we're all going to dance to the Love Shack. I am Miss Mystic. Love you. Thank you for listening.